What's happening, Manhwa Champions? Don't forget to leave your feedback and smash that like button. Now let's dive into this epic tale.
Continuing in a forest surrounded by hills, Xiaoling is soaking a cloth and wringing it out to help Zangyuan. She asks if Zangyuan is okay. How could it end up like this? Zangyuan tells her not to worry, because after leaving that place, he gradually realized his body is returning to normal. Siutian speaks up, saying that the Heaven Mist sect is very dangerous. Even someone as strong as Brother Zhang was injured. They must return to the Sen family village immediately and warn everyone. Not only that, they should help the villagers leave this area as soon as possible. Xiaoling replies to let Brother Zhang rest a moment first. In the break, Siutian thinks Zangyuan is indeed much better than last night, but still frightening. He himself doesn't dare to look, much less touch, and now his arm is very itchy. Zangyuan, who has been silent, suddenly speaks, asking whether the two siblings saw that shadow in the sky yesterday. Hearing the question, Xiaoling, not knowing, only shows a confused gesture, while Siutian says what they saw was only the sky suddenly turning dark in broad daylight. Hearing this, Zangyuan wonders if the two siblings couldn't see it. Is it because he absorbed the evil aura hidden within the pure qi? The evil aura is a hidden danger, but for now he can only rely on pure qi for cultivation in this world. He can't discard the entire method just because of its dangerous risks. He has condensed about 30% of the pure qi from the Heaven Mist sect into several hundred pure stones. This will become the foundation for his future cultivation. He must quickly advance to foundation establishment and find a technique to mitigate these dangerous effects. Besides that, his muttering suddenly stops because a piece of flesh in his pouch jumps and speaks. Xiaoling is shocked, Siutian too, asking what disgusting thing that is. Is it a talking tumor? Zangyuan explains that the people of the Heaven Mist sect call this a Dao fruit, harvested from humans who turned into Dao trees. He happened to obtain it yesterday. The Dao fruit sticks out its tongue, begging to be let go because it is already very close to the embrace of the Immortal Lord. Xiaoling shows a sympathetic face. She feels pity after learning that this fruit comes from the same beings, humans, saying how dark and sad this person's fate is. Unexpectedly, the Dao fruit replies, "Did she hear wrong? Isn't it Xiaoling and her companions who were truly pitiful? Mere insects abandoned by the Immortal Lord? While it is the lucky one chosen to rise together with the Immortal Lord." Zangyuan asks who exactly is this Taiking Immortal Lord. The Dao fruit answers that the Immortal Lord is not something, but the Immortal Lord himself. Zangyuan must join him and become a Dao fruit as well. When that happens, the Immortal Lord will take Zangyuan. Zangyuan immediately squeezes it to mush, cursing that the Dao fruit's words are nonsense. Then he tells his two companions that they won't get anything useful out of this Dao fruit. Don't be afraid. The human mind that became a Dao fruit is already chaotic, and it isn't human anymore. Siutian says that's not the problem. The smell is so disgusting, it really makes me nauseous. Zangyuan doesn't respond, but thinks this world is even stranger than he imagined. He hopes there are spiritual herbs with the same efficacy as foundation establishment pills. Cut to a different place, at the Elders of the Heaven Limit sect. One of them is holding a Dao fruit that curses them to let it go. "Bastards, if you hide it, you will anger the Immortal Lord." The elder holding it doesn't answer. Instead, he asks a surviving comrade, Jiangxi, who is absorbing the Dao fruit, how he feels after eating 50 high-quality Dao fruits. Jiangxi's body shows very significant changes due to the previous battle, far worse than what Zangyuan received, no longer human, but a monster formed of flesh. He thanks the elders who helped him, but says he can no longer hear the Immortal Lord's voice. One says, good if Jiangxi has come to his senses. According to other surviving disciples, the disturbance the Immortal Lord suffered this time may have been caused by that intruder. Jiangxi agrees. There was no one else at the incident. It was his fault for failing to stop the mysterious man. He doesn't know what method the man used to absorb such a large amount of pure qi from the sect. The elders discuss what happened. One of them says that this time the Immortal Lord showed his true nature, and the sect's pure qi has grown denser. Although we lost some, we also gained something. For now, the impact on Daotrue growth is slight. Jiangxi interjects, from his observation, the immortals seem to show fear, and that feeling must be related to that man. After countless years, this is the first time they've seen the immortal show this anomaly.
Before he finishes, another elder adds, "Whether this is a good change or not, perhaps this is their chance to free themselves from the Immortal Lord." The others agree, adding that no matter who that mysterious man is, they must still stay connected to the Immortal Lord. When Jiangxi recovers, they must have him draw the intruder's likeness and capture him by any means. Back to the MC, continuing the journey with the two siblings. He cannot walk alone and must accept Xie Tian's support. While leaning, he says he is almost fully recovered, so let him walk by himself. Xie Tian gladly agrees. He's truly exhausted, sweating heavily, even choosing to sit and rest, saying they've taken such a detour to avoid the Heaven Mist sect that he doesn't recognize this area. How can they find the way home? Xiaoling adds that it's already getting dark. Let's find a good place to rest. Xie Tian shows an annoyed face because Yang Wan keeps ignoring him, when suddenly he startles, pointing at a light not far from them, so they decide to go there. After some walking, they arrive at a settlement, Almond Flower Village, where Soniang is. She is still struggling to bring food to her fiancé, but sadly, yet again, the fiancé refuses and asks her to stay away. Soniang can only show the sadness on her face. Suddenly, she is startled by someone calling her. So startled, her arm trembles and the dish falls. Soniang asks, "Who's there?" On the other side, the older sister scolds the younger brother for shouting so loudly in the middle of the night. It will disturb people and frighten them. He says it happened because he was too enthusiastic, then politely explains that they are from the Sen family village and not bad people, so don't be afraid. Soniang asks, "Is that true?" Xiaoling confirms. They've had some trouble and need a place to stay tonight. Would they be allowed to stay at Soniang's place? Soniang startles, face blushing, not because of Xiaoling's words, but because of the handsome man before her, Zangyuan. She quickly opens the gate and says, "Fine, they don't look like bad people, so I will..." Before she finishes, the siblings happily interrupt to thank Soniang for allowing them to stay. Finally, they don't have to sleep outside. Soniang says she still has some porridge left at home. Would they like to eat it? Xiutian laughs happily and agrees. What a coincidence! They haven't eaten either. But again, he startles when he looks at the wall and sees an eye watching them. He points, saying something at the window is watching them. She says that's her husband, who recently got a paranoia illness. Xiutian relaxes when he hears that. He thought it was... Before he says something excessive, the older sister interrupts, asking him not to say strange things. Soniang says her house has only one spare room and also a storage shed. How will they divide them? Zangyuan, who has been silent, answers he will sleep in the shed. Xiaoling worries. Isn't your body still not fully recovered? Zangyuan says it's fine. He likes being alone. With that, he gives a sharp look and heads to the room in question. Time passes in the night's silence. Instead of resting, he sits and mutters that the evil aura in his body is finally almost suppressed. Besides that, his strength has also recovered up to 80%. Until he can truly cleanse the evil aura within, he can't risk approaching the Heaven Mist sect again. Thankfully, today there was a magic item tempered to help him, otherwise he would have been trapped in that iron block. Even though it's only a low-quality magic tool, forged from ordinary iron, it inherits the ability of the severed arm. While this storage pouch is clearly better than that arm, the internal space is about 100 cubic meters. After reinforcing it with the fire sword, it can now forcibly absorb objects within 10 meters. He doesn't know the origin of these body parts. They look like flesh and bone, but have strange power. For now, he has no other choice. He will inscribe 2 more enhancement sigils on this sword. He suddenly stops muttering because someone has arrived. Who's there? It turns out to be Soniang, surprisingly wearing different clothes from before, looking like a seductress ready to entice a man.
Before you go, don't forget to tap like if you enjoyed the episode, subscribe for more epic recaps, turn on notifications so you never miss a chapter. And with that being said, Manhwa Champions, we're going to bring this video to an end. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I will catch you all later. Peace.